Hello, today we are here with Marc Prats.
Hello.
Who comes from Barcelona, Spain, to Liverpool. And he came in 2015 to do Erasmus program in the University of Manchester.
I did.
And at the same time he was working and living in Liverpool, where he lives now. And he's doing an internship in Hola People. That is us. If you want to know more about Marc, follow us. Well, Marc, I'm curious, how was your decision to come to Manchester, to study in Manchester?
Well, it was difficult because obviously, since I had never been out of my parents' house, it was like, oh, what do I do now? Do I go to England? Do I stay here? But I mean, I was studying English in university and English studies, so where would I go to improve my English skills? Obviously, I had to go to England. And the only partnership that I really liked in the Erasmus program was the University of Barcelona with the University of Manchester, so it was ideal. So I came to Manchester.
So you have studied how to teach Spanish and English?
Yes, I have. Well, in the university degree that I took, I had some lessons on how to teach English, how people acquire languages, and it just made me feel so interested about the topic, and I started teaching English, and I got some good results with the students. And then I went into teaching Spanish completely out of the blue. I had no idea how to do it, and I started one day, and well, my first student is actually bilingual right now, so I had a good experience.
And you are trilingual, right?
I am, yeah. Speak Catalan as well, which is, I mean, it's no merit because Catalan and Spanish I learned at the same time in Catalonia, in Barcelona. So, I mean, it's no merit for me, but it's I've got some merit for learning English.
How do you find, because I have heard that for people who already know two languages, it's easier to acquire another language?
Yeah, it seems to be like that, yeah.
How do you feel in advantage of, regarding to other Spanish people?
Well, to be honest, I don't know if you ever learned French or Italian or any other languages, but I did French for 2 years in school, and last summer I went on some holidays around France and Luxembourg and Belgium and that, and I could speak French perfectly well. So I don't know if that's an advantage or it's because I'm just very outgoing, so I found it easy to speak French. But
okay, so we are counting 4 languages now.
Well, 3.5, 3 and a bit. Yeah.
Okay. How do you find the difference of the culture between Spain, concretely in Catalonia, in Barcelona, and the UK? Do you have in Manchester, in Liverpool, that are also different from each other?
Yeah, they are.
What are the differences?
Well, I really, really like Liverpool. I really like England, and I've been very comfortable here. I've got a family here, and I didn't come here as a foreigner. I came here as someone who wanted to be inside of the culture, be inside of what the city living was like. So it wasn't really a cultural shock. I had a bit of an adaptation period, which before moving to England I came 3-4 times. So that was my adaptation period. But I think that the most different thing is that people in England don't realize the access to culture that they have, and it's completely free. You go to any museum in England, or I don't know if it's in the whole United Kingdom, but you go to the Museum of Liverpool and it's completely for free. Whereas in Spain you'd have to pay at least 15 euros. That's why people have so much access to culture in here. They're not really aware of that. I think that's something that we should move into other countries in Europe. It should be more accessible. Culture should be more accessible, definitely.
And regarding the people, the character, how do you find it?
I think people in Liverpool are so funny. They speak with this funny accent as well. And I think Liverpool is just the ideal city to be in. People are so warm, everyone's so welcoming, everyone's so grateful. They love Spain, they love Spanish, and they love Spanish food. So it's never been a problem for me to be from another country at all, especially in Liverpool, since everyone has been in Barcelona or in Madrid or in Mallorca or somewhere like that. I feel very welcomed in Liverpool.
Okay, well, And what do you think about the internship that you are doing in Ola People? You are now more focused in human resources. Why you have you want to switch a little bit from teaching languages to human resources, also social networks? You are in charge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tell me, how do you find the internship, and what do you find more interesting now, the human resources?
Well, you have to think of my degree, English Studies, as a communication degree rather than just a teaching degree. So you can do many things as long as you learn them properly. And I went into human resources because that's the easiest way sort of to move your career into teaching other people, because human resources has loads to do with learning and development, and that's sort of where I want to go for. And yeah, I'm working with human resources and recruitment now, which I really like. I really like talking to people. I really like being in charge of like organizing this person, the other person. I really like that. And social media is something I've always liked to do. I've always enjoyed in my personal life as well, so it's ideal.
How do you see then in some years, in the future, what would you like to be doing?
I have no idea. I think I'd probably be running my own business, probably. And I'd like to have a business where I can have a big group of people working for me as well, and leading them and telling them what to do. And like, I'm obviously, as I'm a teacher, I am the person that's always standing up in front of a group of people, and that's what I like. So I'd like to be someone to be followed, so for people to look up to me and think, oh, let's take his advice and do something profitable with it. So I'd like to be that kind of person.
Would you like to be doing that still in the UK, back to Spain, or any other country?
I don't think I would change the UK or Spain. I think I'd either be here or back in Barcelona. I don't think I'd go to any other country. But, I mean, the doors are always open. I don't know. I didn't know I was going to live in England, and here I am 3 years later, and I'm still here. So, I don't know. Anywhere. I'm happy anywhere. Because I don't feel outside of my own place in Liverpool, and obviously Barcelona is my home, so I'd be comfortable anywhere, to be honest.
But you have also visited other countries around the world. Can you mention your experiences in other countries?
Yeah, well, let's say first of all, I have a very big fear of flying. I'm not very passionate about it, and my first flight was only like 25 minutes. I went to Menorca in Spain, and it was okay. I was with my family, it was okay. But then my second flight ever was to New York, so that was 8 hours on a plane. It was very hard to keep my nerves like inside and not start panicking every time there was a little bit of a turbulence. I went to the United States. It was very interesting. I loved New York. Obviously, I didn't see it as a citizen or so, as a tourist, like many other places I've been to. I really liked. I think actually Liverpool is very much like New York. There's lots of architectural styles and that are very similar to it. I loved it. And then I've been to other places in Europe. Well, obviously a little bit smaller, much smaller. But the type of buildings, the sort of things that you look into a street, and I think of New York. I don't know why. It happens in many places. And then I've been to other places in Europe. I've been to Poland, Belgium, Luxembourg. I think I mentioned that already. France. And yeah, I've been to Turkey as well, but that was lie down next to the pool type of holiday. It wasn't really a touristy holiday. Yeah, I really love doing tourism. I love getting to know the culture of a country, and every time I go somewhere I try to spend as much time outside of the hotel or outside of the apartment learning new things, and learning new things about the culture, especially about the people themselves.
Yeah, I think you are a good example of what we do in this in Ola People, in this business. That is to help people to travel more, to find a job abroad, study languages. So you are compounding all of that.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I think it's very important that people. I mean, nobody should be scared to go to another country and find an opportunity, because it's not until you are already there that you're not going to find the real opportunity. Even if you go to another country with a job contract set up for you already, you don't know exactly what you're going to be like until you don't live in there, because you don't know the culture, you don't know the food, you don't know where you're going to be, you don't know if there's going to be a train, metro, if the transport is good. You don't know anything about the place until you are already there. So I'd really like to encourage people to actually take the step and go abroad, go somewhere, even if it's like you might be living on one side of the border and you just go to the other side of the border. It doesn't matter, just go somewhere else. learn a new language, meet new people. It's good for you, for yourself, really. And you can always go back.
Yeah, leave your comfort zone.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You improve personally and in many sense.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you come back different. I mean, more
refreshed at least, yeah. Because I also took sort of like a gap year, if that makes sense. I lived in England for 2 years, went back to Spain for 1 year. Now I'm back in here. And when I was in Spain for this 1 year, I felt very refreshed. I had learned loads of things about myself in England. I learned to be independent, to like have a more professional job, and it just changed me. It really changed me, and it gave me some perspective that I had never had before. So it was good, and now it's good to come back here. And I lived in Spain temporarily, and I'm back here now. So it's like all kinds of different experiences and thoughts in my head, but I'm better than ever at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad to know all of that. Wait a moment, Mark. You remember we had to call these candidates?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing here, chatting?
Sorry.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.